hooray, hooray, hooray. Gather round. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us at Jackrabbit Illustrated tonight. We would like to mention that the following program contains the possibility of bad language, inappropriate comments, and hosts with the propensity to wander off topic. Those of us at Jackrabbit Illustrated would like to thank you for joining us and would like to thank our title sponsor, Kubota Dealers of South Dakota. With 9 dealerships across the great state of South Dakota, with all the equipment you may need for your home, acreage, or farming operation, there's always a Kubota dealer ready to provide you with the parts, service, and sales you need. Now, with that out of the way, let's get to what you came for. What do you say?
Scared money don't make money, right?
That's right, folks. Scared Money Don't Make Money. The spin-off show from the B Team with Ben and Brendan making their picks against the spread just like old times, with the addition of Alex Kenkel and his computer model that is featured weekly on JackrabbitIllustrated.com. As usual, the B Team and all Jackrabbit Illustrated podcasts are live on the Jackrabbit Illustrated Facebook and Twitter pages, along with being live on the FCS Fans Nation YouTube channel. Also, if you don't catch us live, be sure to tune in on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or any major podcast outlet in between.
Scared Money Don't Make Money is thrilled to have their show sponsor be Cubby Sports Bar and Grill in downtown Brookings. With the best beer and food in town and more TVs than wall space, Cubby Sports Bar and Grill is your Jackrabbit headquarters to watch any game, home or away. The B Team is also thrilled to announce their segment sponsor, Blue Tide Car Wash of Brookings, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls, as well as all the other get-and-go locations in South Dakota.
Our second segment sponsor is Hadrick Ranch. For the best beef you've ever tasted, go to hadrickranch.com. They'll ship it to you. And lastly, thank you to our segment sponsor, Innovative Engineering Solutions. Contact them for all your HVAC, plumbing, fire protection, automated control systems, and energy conservation needs. My name is Brendan, and I love the Minnesota Vikings. Skol, baby. I like do da cha-cha.
Can I get a ho yeah?
What was that? I hate you.
I love it
So much.
That's good stuff right there.
I'm gonna have to redo some of that because I'm much more excited about Hadrick Ranch and Innovative Solutions than that made me sound.
Yeah, well, we were in a pinch, so AI Brendan had to take over.
That's fair. I appreciate that. I don't appreciate you using the intro. I said, I think this is terrible. Let's never use this. You threw it on there.
Well, I didn't have time to AI over that.
You're a dirty pirate hooker, is what you are. Didn't want to have time.
They do ship to you, Dustin. You can get them. I think you can ship it all the way down to you.
So all the way to the island, you could have some Hadrick Angus, Dustin.
I know what he's getting at because that came across like the Target commercial where I ship my pants.
I don't think. No.
They'll ship your beef. What happens to your
beef
afterwards is on your own.
That was it tricked him. That was AI.
Yep.
That was AI Brendan.
That was AI Brendan. Yeah, what we should have done is put up a poll on which parts of that intro was AI and which wasn't.
Yeah, that's true. Because you had like 5 different voices, so it was hard to follow.
Yeah, it's all AI. Did AI put it all together for you though?
No, I did that.
I'll say that'd have been pretty slick.
I agree. Yeah, it would have been much easier if I would have just called you and said, "Hey, can you just record this real quick?" Because it was a pain in the ass.
Rev, that's hurtful. Say mean words.
You know what's not boring though is what I tweeted about. We are going to be revealing Alex's punishment tonight, and shout out to Alex. He went all out. He did not shy away from the punishment. Congratulations, Alex, and thanks to his wife Beth. She was a great photographer. Didn't have a whole lot to work with, but she did the best with what she could, with what she had to work with. Should we lead off with that?
We either need to lead or end with it, so the people that actually are listening to this after for football can
I think we
Skip
need.
over the.
I think we need to lead with it. All right.
It's gonna come.
So, without further ado, the cover for the 2026
yeah.
Hinkle Model Tribute
yeah.
Calendar. Alex Kinkle. Notice it's also our. It's up in the top right corner there. It's going to be in the intro screen all year. That one will live in infamy for sure.
Yes.
Ron Lowney doesn't like it.
Come back in like 10 minutes, Ron.
For January, we've got Natty Alex hanging out with Weary Will and I forget her name, Jill.
Dirty Lil
and Weary Will. There you go.
Yep.
Hanging out at Culver's in February, Burgling Curds. I do like that you got the Action Ranch dripping out of the cup. That's pretty nice there.
Yeah, that's the photographer. Hell of a job, Beth.
It's professional photography.
Yep.
I can't unsee this. March. Was this supposed to be sexy, by the way?
I guess. I don't know.
I'm not sure what this is. This is pensive.
Yeah, it looks like you're just contemplating something. I do like this one a lot. The little Kubota action. Oh yeah, you were at Cubby's. I do appreciate you incorporating our sponsors. That was very slick as well. On the Kubota tractor. Hanging out at the Blue Tide car wash.
Dude, it was so cold. It was like -10 this day.
That just makes them sexier.
Well, quote from The Office. Who wants some man meat? This is the first time Alex is seeing these captions, by the way. What do you think of them, Alex?
You outdid yourself, Benjamin.
See, Beth said it was a lot. You guys had to get a babysitter. She had a whole game plan.
We got to read the whole quote.
Did you do it all in one day?
Yeah, this was like all over the course of like one evening.
Jeez, you guys were busy.
It took like 4 or 5 hours.
Holy smokes. God bless you.
All I had to do was throw on a hot dog costume.
These are gonna get these punishments are gonna get worse before they get better.
Hanging out in August, just ready for a football game. Yeah, what were you doing here, by the way?
What is
I don't know why she submitted that one. I don't remember what's happening there. I'm sure we were supposed to be doing something else, but maybe I'm supposed to be like flexing or something. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Dustin says it looks like you were in apple bottom jeans.
Well, I've been doing a lot of squats, so.
Hanging out next to the Bummobile. One of our old sponsors.
Yeah, that was before they decided not to re-up, so whoops. Pretend that's somewhere else instead.
And then last but not least, a little Christmas Alex.
You are adorable.
So again, thank you to Alex for playing along with the punishment. That was impressive, I gotta say.
That was a hell of a job, Alex. Well done, and well done, Beth. I don't know, Beth. I think really enjoyed the hell out of that. I got a couple sneak previews right after they did that, and I think she was really enjoying herself. Now, was part of the 5 hours pictures that Beth kept just for herself, or
no comment?
That was a lot of outfit changes too. You guys were committed to the bit. Did you even repeat outfits once?
No, that was part of we were trying not to. Just keep some variety in it for people. Really.
Well,
Get the people going.
We appreciate it. I love it.
So do we even dare? We can't even say the idea I said to you, Ben, for the punishment this year. Can we? Can we even say that on the radio waves?
Did you leave me off of that? Because I have no idea.
No, yeah, no. I had just sent it to him because he was sending me ideas.
Honestly, because I forgot. I was like, "What are we doing for Alex's punishment again?" And then you reminded me, and then I got all excited.
Yep.
I don't know.
I'd also like to point out that I wish it had been an election year. That would have taken more effort somehow, but wouldn't have stuck with me. And 2, I also won. I lost on behalf of the model. So as the winner, I was supposed to get to pick my punishment until Brendan vetoed that.
No, you don't get to pick your own punishment.
No.
And on that note, especially with some of the transfer heavy games and stuff, I will learn my lesson and not be on the hook for the computer this year. I will.
Hey,
Smart man.
I want to be on record that we gave you that out last year.
You did. You very much did.
No.
Well, it started so good when you first gave me the out, and then it just completely crapped the bed down the stretch. So.
Yeah. And just so everybody knows, if you appreciate all the work that was done, Beth is available for hire as a creative director. So,
also, if anybody decides they want to order one of those calendars, we're turning into a fundraiser for Alex's Lemonade Stand. We'll sell them for $20 each, and the proceeds will go to the Alex's Lemonade Stand. Please, if you do buy one, try not to ruin Alex's career. He does have a professional life as well. But I figured Alex would want one. I ordered one they'll be hanging out around at the tailgate, I'm sure, to make sure everybody sees it. But if you do want one, there's going to be a few extra. Just let me know. Jim Poppins down for one, of course. Anything with Alex's Lemonade Stand, he's in.
Yeah.
If it's a ridiculous demand, we can put like a Google Doc or something together, but in the interim, just DM one of the 3 of us.
Right. Yeah, just let us know.
We somehow end up selling 500 of these things and never get a document together. But that would be what a turn of events. That would be.
Yeah.
If we sold you know what? I'm willing to do this, Alex. If we sold over
100, all 3 of us are going together.
Well,
what?
I was gonna say if we sell over 100, then you get a pass for your next punishment.
Oh,
because it'll be.
I thought you were gonna say all 3 of us would make one. I was
no. I want nothing to do with. Nobody wants anything to do with me doing that. We don't have to do that.
See, we got 3 sold already. Poppin wants one, Kevin wants one, Dustin wants one. Corey, he's on the fence because he wishes his was more not safe for work content.
But I think not all of us are self-employed, Corey.
Beth kept those for herself.
Hire me at Mensch Greenhouse. We can work something out. But
Chad asked what amounts go to charity for each. It's about $15 with shipping for each, so about $5. $5 per calendar to Alex's Lemonade Stand out of the 20. Let's see here.
Rev says he wants 10 of them. So he's going to give them away.
Presents. Actually, I want 10.
We will do it if you actually want 10. Oh my God, that'd be incredible, Ryan.
That says if 100 gets sold, she's requiring that everybody on the JI team takes a few months. I'll volunteer as creative director again. That would actually be hilarious if it was like a standing fundraiser that we make a sexy calendar.
The men of JI. God, that made my skin crawl. I don't like that. That made my skin
I don't
crawl.
like that.
No. And if you're listening on podcast version, hopefully you fast forwarded, or you're going to want to watch on YouTube.
Or skip ahead like 5 more minutes.
No, we can get into the football. We don't have any games to recap, obviously, but we have a full slate of 10 Missouri Valley games. If you haven't yet, go read Alex's article. What's it called, Alex?
MVFC by the numbers preview, and then season preview. I had some help from who all did we have help with? Brooks Nome, who's Jack's fan, but he's former sports editor for the Collegian back in his time at SDSU. He offered to help out with a couple teams.
Nice.
Had Kelly Howe from UND360.com and Mark Went from the Howling Pack. Those guys have both helped me out with UND and USD stuff a couple times now. So if you're looking for the scoop on those teams, definitely show those guys some love. And I feel like I'm forgetting someone else that helped out as well, trying to run through all the teams.
Well, it's all in the preview, but it is a good article, and it really does a good job of giving you an outlook for what you can expect from Valley teams this year. So go ahead and give that a read. I put the link in the chat, and if you need to find it, just go to Jackrabbit Illustrated and search for the MVFC by the numbers preview 2025.
And we'll start with we'll see on the career note. New job in the last month, so that's obviously taking some free time, but going to try to keep up with weekly previews as well, and that'll be out on Thursdays after this show too, which is kind of nice. They pair together. So
yeah, that works out well. All right. Well, with that, let's get right into it. We've got some really good games and some pretty ugly games. We'll start out with an ugly one. McKendree University, the D2 powerhouse, McKendree Bearcats going to Indiana State. Indiana State is favored by 17.5 at home. And I'll just kick her off. I'm going to go Indiana State. I think that they take care of business at home.
How many points is it?
17.5.
17. Oh, I'm taking Indiana State all day on 17.5.
yeah, the model's gonna go 22.5, so it's also gonna take the trees, and we'll go ahead and I'll make it a clean sweep. That was, I probably brought this up on our value preview show too, but on the Blue Bloods they talked about Indiana State last year. Despite the fact that they finished 4-8, 5-7, I don't remember. Whichever it was, just due to the fact of they had a pretty tough out of conference last year, combined with the Valley schedule, obviously, that was probably a top 40 strictly based on talent FCS team last year. And they bring back quite a bit, most specifically Elijah Owens, quarterback. So yeah, I think they'll stick it to McKendree. I haven't heard of McKendree, but I watch enough and follow enough D2 ball to know that they're not like a name brand. So
yeah, like you said in your article, 4 losses by 7 points or fewer for the Indiana State last year. So definitely a better team than their record showed. So we all take them to cover at home, which I don't like following the model this early in the year, but we'll see how that goes. It started not well last year.
It started really good last year. It got bad as it went.
I thought it started really poorly.
Which is antithetical. Well, that was the first year it started out kind of rough, but then it had
2 years ago,
4 perfect weeks in a row to end the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So outside of that, the next game we got is Mercyhurst going to Youngstown State. And by the way, we were talking on Monday night on the show about SDSU possibly having the toughest out of conference schedule. I don't know if we said in the Valley, but Mercyhurst, it has the toughest out of conference schedule in the FCS.
I forgot about them. I forgot about them.
They're starting off with Youngstown State, which is bad enough, but then they also play Sac State, Montana State, and SDSU. So quite the out of conference slate for Mercyhurst. But Youngstown State's favored by 26 at home.
Ooh.
Brendan, you go ahead and go first on this one.
After they got embarrassed like they did last year, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trust Youngstown State, which scares me, but I'm going to take them to cover this just to prove a point after how last year's out of conference went. So, yeah, give me the little frozen birds.
Alex?
Computer says Youngstown by 26. What was the line?
26 exactly.
So it's actually just under 26. It's 25.9. So by less than a tenth of a point, it is going to take Mercyhurst to cover. I'm kind of falling in line with Brendan though. I think, and Brendan and I got a chance to talk to Doug Phillips at Media Day, and he's super, super great guy. Obviously, that doesn't necessarily mean he's a good football coach, but I do think he is. So all that said, I think, like Brendan said, they were very disappointed with how their out of conference went last year and how it kind of set them up poorly down the stretch. So I think they're going to put a hurting on them before they call off the Dogs.
Yeah, I'll take Youngstown State as well. Their quarterback Brungard is one of my favorite guys to watch. He's just a fun player, so I will take Youngstown State as well. Next up, we've got the new to Division II, transitioning from NAIA, University of Thomas More, which is out of Kentucky, and they take on Southern Illinois, and Southern Illinois is a 32-point favorite at home. Alex, you want to start here?
Yep.
We'll get a little rotation going.
Yep. The model says 36.12, so it's going to go Southern Illinois. And gosh, that's tough. Obviously, SIU has the horses to do that. It's going to be, at a certain point, you have to try to do that. But I think it could be a Pine Bluff situation where even the second and third string guys are still going to be scoring. So I will take all those points as well. Ben, do you want to answer Jason Spurlock's question here?
Where are you seeing actual spreads with McKendree? I'm using the FCS sportsbook on Reddit. They post lines for every FCS game, and they're usually out at, like a week ahead of time. And so when we do our shows,
they're usually fairly close to Vegas because Vegas lines don't come out to the games. And you were going to say this, Ben, I cut you off. Vegas lines usually don't come out till like Friday morning, typically for FCS games.
Yeah. So they're usually when we do our shows on Wednesday, that's the only lines available for us to use. And I mean, yeah, Kevin, you can laugh at Reddit, but they actually have a pretty decent model that puts together their spreads. And, when you compare them to the lines that come out, they're usually pretty accurate. So they're usually not that far off.
In the end, we're using what's available to us here too.
100%.
Yeah.
It's that or we make up our own spreads, which is even worse. So
I mean, they're doing. They basically have another version of the Kenkel model. Putting together their spreads.
Right.
They're using different ratings, and it just spits out a potential spread. So that's what we go with. Brendan, or no, I'll go Southern Illinois. I will take them as well. I don't think a transitioning team is going to be ready for this yet.
Transitioning, you said 2D2?
Yeah, from NAIA.
From NAIA. It's one thing to get a school transitioning from D2 to FCS. It's another thing to do that. And they're no USF. So, yeah, I guess I'll take Southern Illinois. That's a lot of points, and I hate how many points they've ate already, but I'll take Southern Illinois.
Yeah, I hated when I was looking at these lines and I was like, who am I going to take? It just is so chalky, and I don't like it. It doesn't feel good, but I don't have any other choice.
It's week 1 too, right? You have that a lot.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Butler going to Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa with their supposedly refreshed dome. They got some new seats, it looked like. I think their turf still looks like somebody peed on it, but maybe they'll fix that soon. But yeah, UNI is favored by 14.5 at home. And again, I think I got to eat the points. I will take UNI. I think they win by at least 3 touchdowns here.
I don't have a huge amount of faith in Northern Iowa this year, but it is Butler, so yeah, I'll take Northern Iowa as the favorites.
Yeah, model's gonna say 17.2, so it will take UNI. And another boring wipe here because yeah, Butler was a good team and UNI wasn't great last year, but good old Coach Stepp, this is a former opponent from him, so this is going to be an easy game plan for him. Coming from a Pioneer League school, he's going to be very familiar with what Drake's trying to do, or excuse me, he was at Drake with what Butler's trying to do. And that Pioneer League to MVFC difference is still big, even if you were a less than perfect MVFC team last year and you were a good Pioneer League team last year.
Yeah, another sweep across the board. So we've got
if UNI does not cover,
yeah, they're in big trouble.
Ooh,
yeah, they need some momentum in that program. It's just really down. I think now that Farley's gone, they need a kick in the pants to get some excitement back over there, because it just feels like they're just down and out at this point. But you hope to see them return to some form of what they used to be, but they're just, I don't know, they're not even close to it right now. The next one is real interesting. We've got Murray State, who, if you read Alex's by the numbers, Murray State doesn't have much of a chance to get any wins this year. And
I mean, props to them for scheduling a tough out of conference, but dude.
Yeah, they start off with Eastern Tennessee, and surprisingly, Eastern Tennessee is favored by 10. And so I don't even have to wait on this. I'm just going to take Eastern Tennessee. East Tennessee, sorry, not Eastern Tennessee.
I've made that mistake. That's why I noticed. I got yelled at.
Brendan, East Tennessee.
Yeah, give me East Tennessee State.
10.
I mean, the only thing I don't like about this game for East Tennessee State is we're going to have to hear SoCon fans go, yeah, we got to win over the Valley. Yeah, did you? But yeah, give me East Tennessee State. They're gonna destroy them.
Yeah, model says ETSU by not as much as I would have thought. Only calling it by a little over 14. But it's still going to take the Bucks. And, I'll agree. ETSU was a bubble team last year. They bring a lot back. Murray State is still Murray State. And you got something you want to add, Brendan?
I didn't mean to put it up right away, but I was going to ask Brendan if this is potentially, I don't know where he went. He's looking for something. He's looking for a prop.
I'm sure. Yeah, I can fill airtime. Like I said, ETSU narrowly missed out on the playoffs last year. Took NDSU to the wire. They had to get 2 onside kicks to win that game, which is kind of wild to think about the domino effect that would have caused, but could have, would have, should have. Yeah, just very. Seems like ETSU is a safe pick. Brendan's back.
What I was going to ask before I accidentally put that on the screen is if it's potentially what we all know.
Well, I usually don't call. I usually only do one a week, is the thing, and I don't know.
You had something else in mind?
Game.
Oh, USD.
Yeah, but I guess we could go ahead and call it the spicy meatball game of the week.
You gotta get closer.
It's the spicy meatball.
Where did you get that?
It's a minor league team that was the spicy meatballs for a short shot out of.
We gotta get a good view of this. Hang on, I don't even know how to do this. Where's Chad when we need him? There he is.
You see that?
Look at that spicy
glory.
meatball.
It's been sitting in my house for months. I haven't worn it once.
And hang on, I got to get the name right here. What I popped up accidentally was a submission and a JIAI submission by Lauren Bell.
That's a spicy meatball.
He asked if we would use this for Brendan's spicy meatball. So
I dig it. Spelled my name
nice.
right and everything. I'm for it. Hell yeah.
All right. Well, sorry for wasting that. You can have 2 this week. Why not?
Okay. I'll put it back on if there's a second one.
Did everybody take ETSU? I assume.
Yeah, that's another clean sweep. Real exciting week 1 here, guys.
Yeah, the only thing we got is the model taking Mercyhurst. That's it. All right. So next up, we've got the Citadel going to NDSU. NDSU's favored by what?
NDSU's going to the Citadel.
Is it really? I had that
Yes.
backwards.
Yes, they're going.
Yeah, they're going to get dehydrated.
For the Citadel.
And they're going to... What else did you tell me on the phone Tuesday night, Kevin?
Yeah, where's Kevin when we need him?
Yes, he's asked me if he should go to that one or the Sac State game. I was like, dude, you got to go to the Citadel game. Like, I want you like in Brookings, but dude, that game is If Citadel pulls the upset, like that'll be a hell.
Yourself.
Yeah, you'll wish you were at that game. So
yeah, that would be awful if he decided not to go and then they somehow win.
And then it happens. Seth, no, just because I say silly things does not mean I am able to make them in real life, and I've never made spicy meatballs.
I did. I made some spicy balls
You did.
one time.
Yes, you did, and they're fantastic.
Anyway, where are we at here? NDSU on the road, I guess, against the Citadel. I didn't even notice that. NDSU is favored by 29 on the road.
NDSU's favored by 29?
Yes. I mean, the Citadel's not favored by 29.
You never know. Could be like the Gamecocks in 2011.
This could be a triple spicy meatball week.
That's a spicy meatball.
There we go.
Took me a second to register what he was doing.
We've got another one.
Another one. Everybody's gonna have a tough time on the toilet tomorrow. No, give me the Citadel.
That's what I was thinking. I thought I was gonna take 29 at NDSU. I'm definitely taking it at the Citadel.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the model is gonna take the Bison at 30.1, but I was gonna say, I was kind of giving Kevin a little crap there, but seriously though, it's first game of the year. It's not gonna be tough to play because of the crowd, but the environment itself, it's gonna be humid. It's going to be hotter than they're used to. Not to say NDSU's conditioning is poor, but, that's still something to consider. Do I think it's going to be close? No, but do I think it's going to be closer than that? I think it will, not to mention, the new Coach Drayton for the Citadel is a good coach, and they got that Air Force quarterback who actually played, actually started at Air Force. Totally drawing a blank on his name, but he'll help him put up some points, I think. And I think they'll keep it closer than that.
So interestingly, I forget who it was that commented. Thank you, by the way. I got to find it now. They told me where you can find FCS lines early. Jason Spurlock.
It was Jason Spurlock again.
Yeah, thank you for that. Better's Den. Been looking for, I don't know how long they've been around, but it's been really hard to find FCS lines early, and they do have them. And just as an FYI, they have NDSU as a 19.5 point favorite, which is a lot more reasonable.
Yeah,
that would be a lot tougher.
Better.
We're going to stick with FCS lines this week, but if Better's Den is on top of it and their lines are up by Wednesdays, I'll take those lines all day. So, thank you for that, Jason. Appreciate it.
Yeah, on this NDSU game, you got Cole Payton.
That's something we didn't even talk about. His first start.
Right, it'll be his first start on the road, and I don't think he's going to be bad. But this got sent to me by Damon Becker on Twitter. Maybe he didn't want me to say his name out, but said not exactly a ringing endorsement because they had Randy Hedberg on, and Hedberg said that Peyton will be fine. There might be some growing pains, but he'll be fine. That's not in. Hedberg isn't really.
He's the kingmaker for their quarterback.
He is the kingmaker, and he's not. He's not some over the top guy either. But man, that is. It's not a ringing endorsement of the cat. So, I don't know. If Peyton can't get it going through the air, they're going to win. And I still think they win by 3 scores. I think 19 is a great line. But I don't know if they do 26 down there. I mean, this is going to be El Cid's biggest. I mean, that's one of the biggest out-of-conference games coming in that they've had in a long time. I mean, having NDSU with the pedigree and everything coming in and everything. I mean, last time they had a team with that many natties was coming in there was a conference game like App State or Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern probably.
So they're going to be – that's going to be a hopping place there. Damon, sorry I didn't get back to you yet. I just forget. So the Citadel's not going to win, but, man, 26 is a lot in that circumstance.
Yes, it is. And also, so I was looking through the rest of the lines. Better's Den only had UNI by 7.5 instead of 14.5.
That's free money.
Which
that
seems like the other way.
That's a spicy meatball.
That's a very spicy meatball. I was very surprised by that difference. Next up, we have our first FBS game for the Missouri Valley. Illinois State goes to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's favored by 27.5 at home. Brendan, what you got?
Oh, 27.5 for OU over Illinois State.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma's just one of those teams that can put up points, man, but they were not great last year. 27.5, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what I do when I'm stalling, by the way.
I know.
I think I'm going to take Illinois State to cover on that. I don't think they're going to win. I'm hoping they lose by 24 and not 27.
Model says Sooners by 34.9. So it is heavily in favor of the Sooners. But I don't know. If you look at past history, Illinois State, for whatever reason, the last 6-7 years has performed terribly.
Like skunked.
Yeah, like bad in their FBS games, like really bad.
Like they lost to Iowa like 40-0.
Yeah,
And that's Iowa.
Which was a game people thought they could win at, because that was the year after the infamous 7-3 game none of us need to talk about.
Yeah.
But I've been beating the Illinois State drum all off season, so I guess much to my chagrin with the trend of how they perform in FBS games, I will do it again here. I think, like Seth Myers said in the comments, their offense with Mason King and Daniel Sobkowitz and Tommy Rittenhouse, they'll at least keep pace for a little bit to where the end isn't, what was it, 27? Embarrassing.
I'm gonna be looking for that backdoor cover when OU has their backups in, and then they put up a touchdown late to secure it for me.
Yeah, no, I'll take Oklahoma. I think they're going to be out to prove something this year. They finished really poorly last year. They got some big time transfers in, and I think they'll be looking to prove a point. So I will take Oklahoma to cover 27.5.
I'm going to be so mad when this game is the reason I'm behind you to start the season.
Yeah, this is the first one. Bettors Den actually had it at 22.5, so you guys are getting a good deal. The next one is another FBS game. UND goes to Kansas State. Kansas State just coming off of that loss to Iowa State over in Ireland. And Kansas State is favored by 24.5 at home.
Model says Wildcats by 29. And yeah, I'll take them to cover. You've got a redshirt freshman quarterback in Jared Kaminsky making his first start for UND with a first-time head coach. That's always tough. And it's a familiar foe for former NDSU coach Kurt, Kansas State coach Chris Kleiman. He knows what he's getting in UND. They're going to be out to prove a point after, that kind of close and embarrassing loss in Ireland. I unfortunately think they put a beat down on
them. Yeah. If there was a bigger game the week after, maybe. But one thing Kleiman's teams did really well was come out after a loss and smoke the next team. And
yeah, when he was in up north, absolutely.
Right. And they're not a not talented team. They're projected to be one of the better teams in the Big 12. And they've got a game of warm-up, even though they've had all that travel. And Army's next week, so they probably out to prove a point against UND, especially their quarterback. So yeah, give me Kansas State to cover in that one, unfortunately.
Across the board again, I'll go Kansas State. Like you guys mentioned, looking to prove a point this week after a tough loss. Another team that played last week in Ireland, Iowa State takes on USD. Iowa State's at home, and they're favored by 19. Brendan, do you have something to say about this game?
I'm not calling this a spicy meatball. It's not. I thought it was going to be like 24.
A redacted meatball.
I thought it was going to be 24. I said I didn't know what the line was.
However, 18's tough.
I will say, if there was ever a game for USD to upset a highly ranked FBS opponent, it is this game. I mean, you could not have more going their way for this. I haven't seen a ton of buzz about them beating Iowa State or anything like that. I haven't seen people picking this nationally as like, oh, watch this for the upset this week, which always sets off FBS teams to play better. They're coming back from Ireland. They've got Iowa next week. Historically speaking, Iowa State has had plenty of close games with good Missouri Valley teams, even if it has been a little bit since UNI's challenged them, and I would credit that more to UNI going downhill than anything, even though Iowa State has gotten better. This is a golden opportunity to pull an upset if you're USD, because you've got the travel, the hangover. Campbell was talking, even said to the TV producers before when they're out there that it's going to take them like a month to recover from all the travel and hoopla and everything else for this trip. So it's the first week back. Are they even going to be focusing on USD that much? Or are they going to be more focused on recovery when USD does have the talent to give them problems? Yeah, I'm going to take the Yotes to cover. It'd be a spicy meatball, like I said, if it was 24, but I still think I'm going to take them to cover because I think Iowa State's going to be looking ahead. And yeah, that's what I'm going to take is USD to cover this for sure.
I'm torn on this one. I think Iowa State keeps the momentum going. I think USD lost too much on the line, and I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with Iowa State. So I'll take Iowa State to cover 19. I wish it was the Bettor's Den line. The Bettor's Den is all the way down at -8 for Iowa State, which that would be a spicy meatball the other way. I would take Iowa State in a heartbeat at -8. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
Iowa State by the model is favored 21.2. So model will take the Cyclones. Those that don't know, I don't really have like an FBS team, but if I had to have one, it would probably be Iowa State. My brother and sister, my brother-in-law went there as well with an uncle and a cousin, and that's where I almost went instead of SDSU. Anyhow, that fun side tangent aside, point being I do follow Iowa State pretty close. The thing that gives me pause for concern is it's going to be the Aiden Bauman show. Not that I think USD's line is going to be bad this year because a lot has been made about that and the transfers they've had. And I think they'll at some point in the season get it sorted out, chemistry, whatever wise. But on that point, Iowa State's front seven is really good. If you watched that game last week, you would have seen that. But I think Aiden Bauman is kind of the X factor here. Something neither you brought up. It's a revenge game for him, so to speak. That's where he started his career. Granted, I think he left under good terms from everything I've heard, but he's still going back to the place he started his college career, right? He's going to want to put on a show. And I think he'll be good enough to do that. Would it shock me if they win this game? Honestly, no. I wouldn't be like jaw on the floor. I'd be like, oh, wow, okay. That sort of deal. Like, gun to my head, it's not happening, but I wouldn't be flabbergasted. But I do think they'll cover 19. I think because of the things I talked about, I think Iowa State's front seven will kind of grind it out enough to where it'll kind of be an ugly game with the travel and the trap game and the jet lag thing to where USD will be within arm's reach the whole time, but it'll be just that. They'll be within an arm's reach, and the Cyclones won't quite let them take the lead at any point in particular.
Did the model take?
It took Iowa State. It has them by 21.2.
Gotcha. Okay.
And now is a good time to mention one of our segment sponsors, or possibly two, because we've been clipping along here. So we're going to go ahead and thank Blue Tide Car Wash of Brookings and Sioux Falls, with I think 19 locations across Sioux Falls is what I saw in one of their stores. They're at all the get and go car washes, as well as having their own tunnel washes available. You can get the monthly wash service pass, which is the way I go. I live on a gravel road, ain't nothing better, especially in the winter, where you can just cruise through as many times as you want, keep the salt off your car, keep that paint looking nice. The only places I've got problems on my truck are where I put scratches. So Blue Tide Car Wash has been great for me. It'll be great for you and the family. Take care of your car, and they'll leave it squeaky clean when you're done, with locations in Brookings and Sioux Falls. And I believe they're putting one in Mitchell as well last year, so I'd imagine that one's up and running. And also Hadrick's Beef, Hadrick's Ranch, Hadrick's Beef. They will deliver for you anywhere in the continental United States. They are doing a drop-off in Brookings. Reach out to Troy if you want to have some beef delivered out at the game, so you can bring that home. I'll be getting a brisket from him myself.
Troy has season tickets, so if you arrange and his truck is not full, you can pick your stuff up at pick your stuff up at tailgating. He's a great guy when I've interacted with him, and I said it on our Valley preview show. But like, you're not paying choice prices, but the marbling on those steaks is choice grade, if not higher. I mean, the ribeyes we got from those guys. I'd go check my media on my Twitter. It is, holy smokes, they were good.
Yeah, they were fantastic. I was over the moon with how good that beef was. And they're having the burger with Cubby's, our show sponsor. They're going to be having the jacked up burger on Saturdays made with Hadrick's beef. So that's awesome as well. Super cool to see two of our sponsors collaborating like that. So that's really exciting to see. But yeah, Rev, you will not be disappointed if you order some beef.
No.
They've got all sorts of packages. They call them packages. I think it's probably more consumable for the average people, not from the Dakotas who are used to maybe ordering a quarter or half or a full. But you can kind of see how that breaks down if you've ordered a whole cow before, where that breaks down into their packages as well. But yeah, you will not be disappointed. Chad says there's a new Blue Tide open in Hartford as well. So all I need one is either in Dells or just on 115 somewhere between Dells and Sioux Falls, and I'll be a happy camper. So I can just roll into that on the way home instead of driving into Sioux Falls a little further.
Please, Blue Tide, I'll help you open one in Dells.
Right.
That'd be great.
The JI Blue Tide location in Del Rapids. Think of the opportunities.
I love it. But yeah, no, I'm excited about that burger at Cubby's, having the Hadrick beef. That thing's gonna be delicious.
Yeah, and if you see the hot waitress there, tip well.
Her name is Alex. He's got a calendar. She has a calendar. Sorry.
No,
my wife works there now.
We'll take
other people might not know that.
We'll take the Gronowski question. Who puts up more passing yards, Mason or Gronowski this week? That's a tough one. I just looked. I was favored by 38.5 over Albany.
Who do they play? That's right. They play Albany. Yeah, Mark's going to be done halfway through the second quarter. So
that's true.
You got to go chase.
Right.
Yeah,
and he's got experience ripping that defense a new asshole. So, I mean, that is ideal, though. Get into a rhythm against Albany because you got Iowa State next week. So
yeah,
and that's as we discussed, a very good defense.
Right. So, yeah, that's a great one to get a warm up instead of starting with Iowa State. So, get him on.
I am excited. I am actually really, really excited to watch him though, to see what he looks like at Iowa, how that goes for him.
Yeah, I talked about how Iowa State's probably my FBS team, but you can tell I'm not that serious of a fan because I'm probably going to be pulling for Iowa this year with him and Bryce Hawthorne and see what they can do.
Yeah, that game starts at 5:10, an hour before ours, so I'll have to keep an eye on that one while we're in the stadium. All right. Anything else we need to do before we get to this last game?
Do we want to talk?
Dad
Saturday?
Quite obviously wants us to push the live pod.
Do we want to do that at the end, or?
Yeah, we can talk about it at the end.
Yeah, we'll do that. Our last game, last but not least, Sac State coming to SDSU, and Reddit has SDSU as a 21.5 point favorite. That's so many points. The Bettor's Den line is much more reasonable at 14.5, but we're sticking with that with the Reddit one. 21.5. That is that's a lot.
If I didn't know that Reddit was using a model, I would say, knowing how that account acts on Twitter, I would say that they're purposely trying to provide bulletin board material for Sac State because that is absurd in this sort of. I'm gonna take Sac State to cover. That's too many points. Like normally there's a little bit of a bit to me not taking the Jacks to cover, but that's ridiculous. Are you shitting me? Come on, like I would love it. That would be great. I'll be doing cartwheels in the stands. Well, actually, I'd probably be chasing a 1.5-year-old, but I'd be tickled. But yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I think this is some model hangover from SDSU's success in the past few years. Not that I mean, obviously I think SDSU is going to be good, but 21.5 is a lot to expect against a team that, we're not going to be familiar with because of a bunch of new players, a new coach, and we're trying to gel some guys together. Granted, they are too, but yeah, I'll take Sac State to cover this one as well.
So the model is once again, because of hangover, it's going to go off traditional trends for the Jacks and Sac State. It's going to, because it doesn't know what the transfer portal is. So the model has the Jacks winning by 26. So it is going to take the Jacks to cover. But I'll agree with you guys. It's kind of funny, all the research and stuff I've done the last week and a half. So Sac State, like the way they are set up schematically with the go-go offense and the multiple defense, it is literally how my brother and I used to work together and make custom playbooks on like NCAA 13-14 back in the day. And like we used to run like 2-back shotgun offense with like play action vertical passing for our offense. So basically the go-go. And then we used to flip between a 4-3 and a 3-4 like intermittently. So it's like, as is reading, it's like, wow, I almost kind of want to, after this week, as much as everyone wants to hate on them, rightly or wrongfully, for some of the stuff they've said, it's just kind of like if my brother and I were coaching a team, though, so I kind of want to see them do well after this week. But with that said, for those reasons, their D-line, and I've been talking to speak of the devil, Tim and I have been talking in DMs, as we always do, back and forth a little bit, and their Sac's D-line, for as much as it's built off transfers, is going to be pretty stout. So I think it's going to take 4 quarters to wear them down, and like I think Seth Meyer said in his comments, we probably pull away by 2 scores late sort of deal. There's no way we cover 3 scores, though, I don't think.
Beth said, so he's been a nerd his whole life, just so everyone knows. I don't think that was ever in doubt, Beth. I think we've got a born and raised nerd on our hands, and it sounds like you've got a claim to this offense. I think you can maybe submit a copyright claim.
Yeah.
Or you missed your calling. You should have been a coach. One of the two. What?
Jeez, yeah.
Anyway,
we have to have Tim on because we give him a hard time so
do.
much, and I want to have him on this show because I want to see him and Alex just geek out over the numbers with each other, because I think that'll be a hoot, and it'll be way more fun to give him a hard time about that if he's on the show with us. So we've got to have him on sometime this season on the show because it'll be a blast.
Yeah, Tim, if you're available Wednesday nights, we'll catch you one of these Wednesday nights. We'd love to have you on.
All right, who wants to cover Saturday here?
First, before we do, we have our third segment sponsor. We really need to figure out what our segments are. I don't know.
Well, you didn't do JIAI this week.
Well, that's true. I did.
Threw it off.
I mean, I kind of did with the calendar and this and it. Anyway,
that's fair.
It was like JAAI, Jackrabbit Alex AI, since it wasn't artificial.
Right.
Don't need nothing artificial when I get to look at that calendar.
Mm-hmm. A brand new sponsor, Innovative Engineering Solutions, which Alex and I are, and Chad, we're all engineers.
We drive trains.
Yeah. And so
to steal Chad's joke,
we appreciate an engineering company coming on board, Innovative Engineering Solutions, out of, I believe they're out of Sioux Falls. Yep. And they provide HVAC help, plumbing, fire protection, automated control systems, and energy conservation. So all kinds of engineering needs. Give Innovative Engineering Solutions a shout. So thank you for the sponsorship. We appreciate your support. Nerds, yes. We are all nerds. That's why I can give Alex crap about being a nerd, because I'm also a nerd myself.
For the record, my job title's engineer, technically speaking.
Poser.
Yeah, no, yeah. I didn't even need a degree.
Yeah, I don't like that. There are a lot of job titles that have engineer in them that have nothing, like not even close to an engineering degree.
I got that job. Well, that doesn't matter. I got it over a bunch of people with engineering degrees.
Well, props to you.
Nerds.
We'll get you an honorary engineering degree.
I'm gonna make one for myself on AI.
All right. Well, we need to wrap up, but first we need to talk about a really fun event on Saturday morning, starting at 9 a.m. Wooden Legs, downtown Brookings. There'll be pancakes, free will donation, and we will be there with a live podcast. It will be the debut of the Garage Time Lemon Kolsch, JI and Wooden Legs collaboration beer. We're very excited about that. They'll have it on tap. You'll be able to get it in crowlers and take it to tailgating if you want. So yeah, come on out and see us on Saturday morning. What a great way to start the season off with some fan cakes and then go to tailgate and to the game.
And I believe the live show, is planned to be interactive. We don't have a lot planned, so we're going to kind of be bringing people up. Last I talked, to get everyone's thoughts on the season. Is that still the plan?
I don't know if it was thoughts on the season. I think it was thoughts on the beer.
Oh, that too.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be looking for people's thoughts on the beer, but yeah, also just how they think the game's going to go and the season's going to go. So I'm looking for some fan interaction on Saturday. So definitely stop by, hang out around. We'll have an extra mic. We'll be grabbing people to hop on with us. So
should I bring the mini mics?
I don't know. We'll produce off air. We got to get that figured out yet, but we'll be all set up and ready to go on Saturday morning.
Chad is saying that Cubbies will be getting a keg of the beer. Not sure if they have it yet, so that's super cool. Just to Matt Krul says there was a post about Amar's parents and Amar with football and his future and everything. That hasn't been confirmed anywhere besides that I've seen, besides a Facebook post on a random fan page. So we're not gonna. Yeah, we don't know what that deal, if that's true or not.
So for anybody that hasn't seen the label, here's the label. Redacted Illustrated brings you Garage Time Lemon Kolsch. Crisp as citrus, completely unnecessary, just like that fourth quarter drive. Real excited about it. What's up?
Can't bring up that the proceeds are going to where our proceeds normally go. We are explicitly not.
I don't know where the proceeds will go.
So I'm not talking about that right now.
We'll donate them.
They'll go somewhere. But anyway, thanks everybody. New tailgate location, like Chad says. Northeast corner of the tailgate, the backyard. We will not be in our normal library lot spot. And so come find us back there. We'll have a nice big setup, and it'll be a big party.
Lot 66. And Borg and I will be on. We're planning on having a late night show. We'll see if it's late night or if it's at on Sunday during the day sometime. Depends when we get back from the game and if I'm dying or not. So
yeah, it's gonna be a long day.
Say night games might be tough.
Yeah, night games are always tough.
Game.
Night games are brutal, but they are a lot of fun.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks everybody. We'll catch you on Saturday. As Jim says, as we always say, go big, go blue, go Jacks.
Go Jacks.
Go Jacks.